Hello, and welcome to a wet July evening. Can't believe it. I had to put the old trusty Tatonka up on the side of my shed here, and yeah, so looking forward to just coming home doing a bit of videoing, but there you go, bit of work, the videos in and there. Right, so once again, thanks for joining in on this little journey. So I've tidied the boat, I've taken all the seats out. Pointless, me boring you to death on how to do that. Did that on the stern seat there. Taken the yoke out, I've taken the front seat out, give it a bit of a tidy up, and yeah, away we go. So I've been after some 6mm cord. This happens to be 5. It is reflective. They were trying to charge me £2.20 a metre, and I found this 15 metres in Aldi for £3.99. So there you go, mint find. Right, so I'm just going to uncoil it and find the centre. I'm going to relace my boat in the dry. So I'm just going to find the centre. I've repurposed all the plastic tubing that was already on the boat. To be honest with you, it's still pliable, and again, no point in buying new when I spent half an hour cleaning these. There was just a bit of green gunk in there, a bit of soapy water with an earbud, or lots of earbuds, but cleaned them all off, repurposed, away you go. So I've decided I know where my seat's going to go. The kneeling thwart is not going to be there where it was. It's too close to me, as I said before. I'm just going to stretch this rope out, and yeah, away we go. Been coiled up for a bit, so yeah, just work it through my hands a little bit. Get any kinks out. I don't like the kinks. I like the music, not grip. It's got some reflective flex in this, so be nice. Not bothered about it as it hasn't. It happens to. So there you go, and that's why you need to pass it through. Bit naughty. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure it off before I lace it, because I would not be happy if some person that should have cut this to 15 had a bad day and decided to short-change me by a couple of metres. Okay, so yeah, plenty. I'm going to feed this through. It's got a bit of a kink in it, so I'm going to feed this through, and in effect lark's foot it on the inside of the end grab loop, and then away we go. check I've got the same amount. Yep, within an inch. and then it's just a case of threading. I'm just going to bring this camera up a little bit so you can see what's going on. Yeah, so it's just going to chuck the other rope on the other side. I don't really want to get mixed up with which side of which. So because I want to tie a airbag on here, piece it. So I'm coming up to where the seat is going to be. I don't need the tube there. So basically what I'm doing here is just working my way down. So my seat's going to be there. So because I'm going to be sat there, I don't need a link tube here. But one of these tubes so the rope passes through them, and then they become something to attach to. So it stops the rope from abrasion. So I'm going to be sat there, so really the first one I need is somewhere here. So this next one, there. So the next one, so by the time I reach my new kneeling fork's going to be here somewhere. So these two holes I'm going to be so these are the kind of decisions you have to make now. Where do I want a loop? Do I want one there that close to me? So I'm going to sat here, clip something there. In which case I would have to then undo. But really my cargo area is going to be this bit. So, you know, while I'm at this stage, I don't think it's going to go on any. Just feed through. And again, you know, you just got to is it going to do me any harm at being there? No. Is it going to be in my way? Not really. So, and I can start. More for instance, paddling the boat. We're sitting in the bow seat. I need to tie bits on, you know, my dry bags and all that malarkey. And then I've got something to grab too, you know, tie onto. Or if I want to lash my sailing rig to it, or whatever really, you know, there's no hard and fast, you've got to tie this or that up. My baler, wrap a sponge in there, anything. Anything to make life easier on expedition, I'm all up for it. So far I've put 2 of these in the back, 2 here. So 2 in the back, 2 there. Maybe 10. Okay. 2 in the back, 2 there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's like anything, the first one always takes forever, trying to figure out where things are going to go. And yeah, if you recall, if you was watching one of the last videos, I'm just going to move this back a little bit. But the kneeling thought was way too far forward and too low for me. I didn't like it. Excuse me. So if you're wondering what these patches are for, this boat came with them horrible red plastic floats, and in its lifetime nobody checked them. So as the boat moved and the plastic moved, it wore 3 or 4 grooves. It didn't do it in the stern, but certainly did it in the bow. And so I've used a piece of reinforcing tape from Don to just to peace of mind really. And the airbags are going to be behind there anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I'm getting towards the end. And, not really sure how I'm going to tie it off yet. I may just clovage it around the grab loop or overhand knot. I'm not sure yet, but when I decide what I'm going to do, I'll let you know. For one of these plastic tubes, it's if the holes have been drilled wider and the tube's not the same length. The tube's not the same length. So it's just going to end up flopping around. Just means I don't get peace of mind. hasn't worked. Okay. So, I'm trying, I'm trying to tie it off there, and I don't know, so I must have gone backwards on myself. I can't really see what I'm doing, so it's all touchy-feely at this point. I'm just going to leave it to that at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to switch around again. Hello. I know, I'm no Steven Spielberg, but there you go. And then we're going to go again. Basically, what I'm doing is just going to mimic what I've done on the other side. I've got my tubes ready. Quite a quick process really once you've figured out where you want everything. Is this the part where I should just have some soft piano music playing? all the time. I'm just keeping an eye on the other side of the boat, just to ensure that there's uniformity. Uniformity as the holes are like. I didn't drill them, so you know, these were already drilled when I bought the boat. And what I'm certainly not going to do is drill new ones just because they're not mill perfect. So in a minute, when I've done, I'll fit the yoke, which I've oiled, by the way. Oh yes, but I didn't figure. Oh, sorry, I figured that you'd probably be bored to death watching me oiling water, so I didn't film it. I jet washed it as well, by the way, just to get rid of some grime and rubbish. But again, I figured the last thing we wanted to watch was a bloke jet washing. Yeah, just so you can sort of see along there, look, what this is going to do. Okay, I'm going to stop this process here for the now and just lash it there to keep some tension, because some of the holes are bigger than others, or some of the tubes smaller than others, and the idea is I want them curved like this. So it'll be alright there, but not there. Okay. I'm a bit, you know, I am a bit finicky. I want this boat to, it's not just about looking right, it's got to be functional. And the last thing I want, if I want to clip something on there quick, I don't want to be, I don't know, let me just move this camera around. So this one's curved, nice. This one's flat, which means that the tube's smaller than the width of the two holes. No, I don't know, I didn't do these, I've repurposed these. Some are going to work, some aren't. I definitely need them there, so I think the best thing for me to do is measure up and go buy a couple of meters. Tube be about 4 or 5 quid. But I think as far as you know, anything tying off for this evening goes, what I've done is I've put some tension on these ropes, and that way they can start stretching, and just see where that takes us afterwards. Okay. Right. So hang on, let me just. Okay. So, as I said, it's just bright. I like bright. I don't want my boat to be all sort of gloomy. All right. Okay. So this seems like a lot of work. After all, it's just a boat, excuse me. Okay, so this may seem like a lot of work. You know, structurally there was not much wrong with the boat. It had those marks on the front, those wear points. It's been fitted with rock glass from Don. And again, you know, big shout out to Don. Don, he came to my house for goodness sake and fitted him on his way through because I'd fitted them wrong. I'd fitted the set wrong the first time. So rather than, you know, see me struggle the second time, he gladly came and helped, which was much appreciated. So why have I stripped this boat down? Wood and water, unless you look after the wood, doesn't work. So the yoke. Okay, so the yoke, look, it was all starting to go. I've managed to save the yoke. I've soaked this in oil, even going to the point of soaking the whole thing in a bucket with oil. So they're okay. And I don't know if you can see it, but you know, I've sanded it. It's brought all the grain out, lovely, very, very nice. Just what I wanted. The kneeling thwart. Okay, what can I say? So there's one piece of the kneeling thwart hanger. Not too bad. It's not great. It's not too bad. And then the other one. This is really bad. You know, rotten. Bear in mind that, you know, you're hanging your body weight on this. Would it break and cause you an issue? Who knows? I don't want to find out. So I've got a kneeling thwart which I made ages ago. I'll show you that another time. And I'm just toiling with the idea of either refitting the one I've took off, i.e. the purchased variety, the thin ones. Mine's quite wider, not because I've got a big bum, I just like to be comfortable, just putting it out there. Or making some more of these. These are a bit long for me. Yeah, I just felt a bit sort of trapped in the bottom. So if I make some new ones, I'm probably going to make them, I don't know, maybe 15mm shorter than these. I don't know yet. That's a job for another day. But you know, if you've got wooden furniture on your boat, it's really, really important, because this was hanging that way, i.e. this was hidden in the back, or at the back, you know, towards the boat. Okay, so enough yabbering on there. So once again, I've saved all the furniture. It's just a simple case of refitting. Put everything in loose, make sure it all works. This is going to sound really silly, but just make sure it's pointing in the right way, or the way you want it to point. Because these are short, they came out quite straight, to be honest. So I've had to sort of squish the rope in a little bit there, that's okay. I've really been looking forward to this part, to be honest, is to start to rebuild. It's always nice. because it means I can go out and paddle it a little bit more. Do a video introduction to my feet one day. You just gotta be patient with anything you do like this. Okay, so that's the Danish oil I've been using, Bird brand, for this quite large tin, which is 500ml tin. I think I paid about, I think it was £7.50. Local hardware store, Jobby, really good, soaks in really well. I found that if it's warm on a hot day, it just soaks straight in. But it's and that just might be in my head, but it seemed to work. Just tighten as far as I'll go. As I said before, this is a case of I'm not using the screwdriver to turn the head of the screw. It's just there to stop the screw from spinning. You haven't got to go, you haven't got to be a knuckle dragger, just tight enough to hold it, that'll do. Maybe in a year or so's time, I'll take this off again and see where we're at, give it another oiling, and yeah. Okay. So, including going off for my dinner, putting up the tarp, bringing the boat out, yada yada yada, probably spent, about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, just messing about. I'm really liking the look of the red string. Yeah, I'm looking forward to flashing the torch across this at night. It'll help during darker days, doing any night crossings. You know, usually if you're doing any night work, went in the tunnels at the Black Country Museum with permission, and you know, there you have to wear a sileum. You have to have one at the front, one at the back, so bow stern, one on the front of your buoyancy head and one on the back. And you know, and then you go through the tunnel, and then you know, there's a boat that follows you. It's a fantastic trip, and one that I'm looking to organise for a group of people. All right, so that's good. Right, I'll just do a quick walkie-talkie, and then you can have a look, and that'll be all of us done. Okay, so I'm just behind the camera, obviously. You know, see my ugly mug all the time. And this there is what I was talking about. So that one's nicely curved, and that one is short. That won't do for me at all. There's one up there as well, which now I'm going to just go and get up there, look. So now I'm going to go and get some other tubing, which I'll measure in a minute. I'll change those as well, just because. So again, so you know, that lovely wood grain is, you know, bit of sanding, cleaning. It looks absolutely stunning, which is where I want it to be. So here is where the hanger sat. Like so. So the hanger would have sat underneath like so. Too close to the centre. By the time I got my body, you know, the board was here. It's too much. I've just been and got the kneeling thwart, and so it's sat there, which, you know, that's what, less than 12 inches away. Really not my cup of tea. I want it to be sat here, and you know, not as low as it was. It was just too low for me. I don't like it when I have to squish my legs underneath. I really. So just give you an idea what the boat looks like now. Okay, so seat will go back in there when I straighten out the bolts. I do have. Hello. Right. Bit of a purchase. Sailing seat. Right, so I've got this again. I've got no affiliation. I don't get things for free. You know, if I get good service from somebody, I like to help them out. So when Don came, I'd asked him to bring me if he had one, so he did. So that sits on the front. It's got a 32mm hole in. Means, you know, I'm just going to sand it a little bit again, only because I'm proper finicky about things, and I like things to be just so. I'm going to oil it before it goes on. It just means I don't have to do it at some other point. Right, and yeah, so that's going to go there on the front, then a rubber mast underneath there, 2 D-rings are going to go in the front and back, so bow stern again. Then the loop's going to go over the top, a webbing belt, and just restrain those from flying outwards, and then the lacing across the top, stop them popping out. They're good. I do have the airbags. They are red. Just happened to be red. I didn't particularly go out and buy red ones. But I think it, you know, with that being red, I found the string, it was red. I found the airbags, they were red. So it looks like red was the destined colour. They are Lomo ones. Very good price actually. So there was £17.50 for a 32-inch airbag each, which, you know, why wouldn't you? I would like more expensive ones, but you know, the seat, the this, the that, the other. Right now, them red ones are going to be, they're going to have to do. All right, so I think that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Bye bye.